Heard the news.
Got a brand new show that's breaking
all the rules.
Started out from VA and now we
On the move, from local to global, we got something to prove.
Came from the bottom,
And we at the tippy top,
hold it down for our people.
cause we all we got.
This is cold world,
But we keeping it hot. And this
in the mic,
ain't no time to stop.
all work over here,
Still we having fun.
Yeah, we say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team and we getting it done. Shout out to Travell, girl, you number one.
It started with a dream that turned into a vision. To educate a new generation
Is our mission.
Ears to the streets, yeah, we
Steady politicking.
If it
Ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. We top six like we all up on the gram with it.
Yo, what up? This your boy Super K from Super Sound Lounge, rocking with your favorite podcast, Wait Again a Minute, listed on all platforms, iTunes, Google Play, Tidal, Spotify. Y'all already know the vibe. Tune in.
Welcome to another episode of Wait Again Minute Podcast. Today is Thursday, January the 6th, 2022. We in the, what's this, the first Thursday?
Yeah, first Thursday of the new year.
That's crazy.
Awesome.
Man, time's going by so fast. So tonight we have another fire special episode, and it is part 1 of 3 episodes for influential people in Hampton Road. So what we did was we asked you guys who you guys thought were influential in Hampton Road. So you dropped their names in. I mean, here is one of them today.
Hey, y'all.
So how are you, Miss Katrina?
I'm doing good. I'm excited to be here.
Look, let me tell you something. We are glad that you're excited because we're excited that you're excited that you actually accepted our invitation.
Of course. I stalked you at the fashion show.
Yep. You did. So how has your week been?
It's been long. My son had surgery at the beginning of the week, so he took his stitches out yesterday.
Okay, so how is it?
He's doing good. He's a character. He's real funny. So he was tired of it, so he's like, bloop, took the bandage off and it's gone.
It's gone.
Gone.
And how many kids do you
I
have?
have 3.
You have
I
3
have
kids.
3 boys. I have a 17-year-old, a 15-year-old, and then Ethan's 11.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, dang. But anyway, well, I'm glad that he's feeling better. Obviously that he's moving. Can you hear me? Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, yeah.
Okay, great. Because it seems like it's a little shortage in your headphones. But if not, you can't hear me, then I still can hear you. So we sit beside each other. So we actually bosom buddies today.
We are. You know, we're the same height, so you know.
Right. Because let me tell you, I do not like sitting in like high seats, like when I go out to restaurants and stuff, because it's like I don't have any foot leverage. I was like, hold on, then I can't do this here.
Right. Feet be numb and everything. Like I'm right here dangling my feet under the table. I feel so tall today.
Well, see how I made that happen for you.
Yeah.
But let's get into our episode for tonight. Can you introduce yourself and let our viewers and listeners know who you are actually are?
Absolutely. Hey everybody, my name is Katrina Freeman. I am the founder of Keep VA Warm. I provide homeless material, I should say, hats, gloves, scarves, food, clothing, housing if they need it, resources. You know, I'm kind of the jack of all trades. We do it for all 757, so it's not just for Portsmouth, the city I live in. We actually travel all over 757 to give out these items.
Okay. So I know that you do that, but like who are you besides that?
That's a loaded question. I am a mother of 3 handsome boys. Okay. I am a model, a full figure model, of course. I'm also a brand ambassador. I am a member of the Special Education Advisory Board for Portsmouth Public Schools. I am also the chairwoman for the Portsmouth Special Olympics. I am a children's advocate. Wow. Like the list goes on.
You wear many hats.
Yeah, I do.
And just by looking at you, like you wouldn't think. Now the model, yes, but all of this, that, and the third, like no, I wouldn't have thought. Not saying that you don't look like it, just that you actually are juggling it well. Put it that way.
Thank you.
So now tell us a little bit about like how did you come to Keep Virginia Warm? Like what is it your passion, or you just saw somebody one day and was like, oh, let me help?
I did. I actually was following a friend of mine who was going to be on today.
Mhm.
I was following her and I was helping her a lot.
Okay.
And then I just wanted to do more for our city, more for Virginia, period. And since COVID, there's been a lot of homeless individuals. We're seeing a lot of them. People are losing their houses, and
Right.
there's the numbers of the homeless individuals have gone up. So we were out, my son and I, we were out and we saw someone on the ground sleeping. And they were
Wow.
in blankets. They were wrapped in blankets. And my son asked, Mommy, why is he on the ground? You help everybody else. Why can't you help him? So like he put me on the spot.
Right,
He
right.
put me on the spot and was like, you do so much, but he's still laying there. So we went home
Okay.
and I got some items and I went back out to him. And it was cold,
Mhm.
So we just went out and then I got a phone call that there was some individuals sleeping in tents in Norfolk.
Wow.
And it's been a year. So I started advocating for them and it turned into something so much larger than I expected because
Mhm.
it just started with just handing out gloves and scarves.
Right.
Then it turned into me advocating for these individuals who are sleeping inside tents through all types of weather, rain,
Mhm.
snow. And I'm outside in the snow, like advocating, like, hey, help them. And finally, they did get the assistance
Mhm.
with me running my mouth with a lot of other community supporters that have been helping.
Right.
So it kind of just it started with my son challenging me, and then now it just grew into something larger.
So how long has it been?
It's been a year
It's been
this
a
month,
wow.
a
What
whole year.
happy anniversary.
Thank you, thank
Happy
you.
anniversary. So like when you're out there doing it, like what does it do for you, if anything?
Oh wow, like it for me. I have such a giving heart, and I
Mhm.
got that from my mom. My mom always said that I had the heart to give, and just being able to give someone something that is going to help them in the long run, like a
Mhm.
scarf or a hat, means so much to them. Whereas for me, it means it's nothing because I have
Right.
it,
Mhm.
and the smiles that we get, like they know me by name. Like every city I go to, they know who I am.
Right.
Regardless of who I'm bringing with me, they're like, Katrina, how does everyone know you? Because I'm always out here. They
Mhm.
know who I am. They see my face. And it makes me feel so good that I can offer something to them, a momentary amount of happiness, and
Right.
it means a lot to me.
So now when you're out there, are they like have some of them ever told you their story as to why they're homeless?
Yes. I hear so many stories and it kind of you have to know how to separate yourself and your emotions from it
Right.
because I heard one story about an individual who lost his mother. He was
Mhm.
19 years old. He had no mother, father deceased. So, and he was out homeless. He was sleeping on the
Mm.
ground in front of the Greyhound Station.
Mhm.
And we found him housing and he's working. And, but just to have someone that's 19 that's been on the streets for 5 years because he had no parents and no one to help him. Like he was just bouncing backwards and forwards. So he resulted in stealing and robbing and whatnot. He had been in jail. So when he got
Wow.
out, he had nothing.
Wow.
And that's just one of the stories. Others, there's a lot of mental illness.
Right.
There are a
Right.
lot of, but I'm seeing a lot of elderly people out there, people, disabled people. Like
Mhm.
there's a lot, there's mothers, there, um, all types, black, white, like we're all out there. And it's sad to see so many when we have so many resources, but there's so many people still homeless.
Now I've been to Norfolk and I've seen well I went not too long ago and I seen where they had the tents in the little where they used to bring the buses.
Mhm.
But now they're gone. So where are those people at?
Oh man, that is one of my pride and joys. So, um, I was a pain in their in their side. When I
Oh
tell you,
wow.
I was like writing the city and going to meetings, and a lot of
Mhm.
my other friends that were helping me, we were writing letters. Lindsay, she's a part of Purpose Driven 757, and she actually helped me as well. And we were
Mhm.
writing. We were like, something has to be done because we were
Right.
putting them in hotels. And the funny thing about it is the very hotel that we were spending thousands of dollars to house some of these individuals is
Mhm.
the hotel that they're now staying in. So the city bought
Wow.
it.
Oh well
The
that's
city
good.
bought it and asked me to come out. I came out
Mhm.
and I was a part of that process, which, everybody's not going to give you your flowers. They're not going to
Of course
say,
not.
oh, well, Katrina, we
Mhm.
saw what you were doing, so we had to do something. They're not going to give it to you. However, I'm going to take them because
Right.
I know that we were out there and we were advocating for them. We were writing, we were saying, you have to do something else because after the expiration date of the Greyhound Station, they
Mhm.
had no plan. And we were writing again. Listen, the deadline is coming. What are you
Right.
all doing? So when we found out that they were having a meeting at downtown,
Mhm.
we had to be there.
Right.
We had to be there. So yeah.
And it seems like they always drag their feet. They wait to the
Mm,
last minute, last second to do something when you already know what's going on.
always.
And then when you have, people out advocating for them, that they're not gonna just let you just keep on doing what you're doing.
Right, right. And that's what they expected
Mhm.
because, what they did was I almost got arrested.
Oh my God.
Excuse me. I almost got arrested because we were challenging them.
So you were gonna be an
I
811?
was gonna be 811.
Oh
And
God.
I would have to explain it to my mom, like,
Right.
but yeah, because we were not moving. I got in a
Okay.
tent
Mhm.
and I said, I'm not gonna leave from here. They were being harassed, and a couple of
Wow.
us were ready to stay the night
That's
outside
crazy.
with them because they had written something that didn't look legal at all, and they were
Mhm.
making them leave. So the news have been following this, and I haven't even reached out to them. They keep reaching out to me,
Mhm.
and I said, I'm not moving. I'm not leaving. If you're going to take the stuff, you're going to take me too.
Right.
And I guess they didn't want to put the advocate in jail because I'm like, Lord, I would cry all night. But yeah, I did.
But
Yeah,
one
it was.
thing about it, you in the move, you were going crying or not.
Yes,
You were
I
going.
was gonna go, and I was willing to do it because
Right.
I felt like the way that they were treating them wasn't right. They're outside, they're in these tents that are getting slashed. People are throwing food at them.
That's crazy.
They're like downtown where they were.
Mhm.
There were rats where they
Wow.
were, and instead of them trying to help, they kept criticizing where they were, but there was no help. They
So
started with a little bit.
how did they actually get to the Greyhound station? Like what made that their little place?
Well, they got tired of hearing our mouth. I mean, they and then what they were saying was it was an eyesore, like them being because they were in Ghent. The tents were all around.
Right.
It was like
That's right.
20 something tents
Mhm.
in Ghent, and they were like, "No, this cannot be." So we're saying, okay, well, if you're going to make the move from here, what is the plan?
Where they
Like, what
going
are
to
you
go?
all going to do? And the news kept following them and harassing them. They kept interviewing me and
What?
going back to getting their response. So technically, I think they were tired of, of being in the news and like
Right.
people shunning them for it because there were no real resources. There were no there was no contingency plan. Like they're out there and like you're coming like some of the resources were coming out to service them to give them medication, but wasn't trying to help them with housing. When you have programs to help them with housing, so I challenged them.
So if they were giving them medication, were they feeding them? Because some people need medication with
No,
the
we
food.
were feeding them. Not just keep VA warm, a number of different community service activists. Like a lot of people
Mhm.
were out there feeding. They had so much food out there that they were fine with food. We were bringing clothes, we were
Right.
bringing
Okay.
everything. But at some point, they were like, "Oh, now you all are obstructing the sidewalk." They're not even on the sidewalk. They're in the grass, but
Right.
you're obstructing the sidewalk. So now you have to leave because it's a bane in our side. So you got to leave. So I'm like, so what's the plan?
Mhm.
What's the plan? You have a shelter that's only taking disabled individuals. So the people who are
Right.
not disabled, you all are not taking them. And if you are taking them, they have to be in at a certain time and leave at a certain time. And
Right.
it's snowing outside and it's raining. So you're not providing them with anything. So we replaced tents numerous times.
Mhm.
Myself and another other community partners, we replaced tents, we replaced everything, all of their belongings. They took some of their stuff and they trashed it.
But this I mean, this is my thing. Like, why why do they do that? If they think everything is an eyesore and we have these resources, why not get people out there that can help them sign up and get them what they need? At least if they had to get on the waiting list or whatever
Mhm.
it is, get them their ID, whatever that they need to get them from being an eyesore. It doesn't make sense to me.
It doesn't. And the funny thing about it is they use COVID as an excuse. So because COVID happened, then now we can't touch you. Now we can't come out and service you because it's COVID and we're not allowed to come out. And
That's
I
some
said,
old
well,
lady
there's
stuff right there.
nothing wrong with the phone. And some of them didn't have telephones. So I'm out there allowing them to use my phone. So what I did is I know how to register them on the homeless hotline. So I went
Mhm.
and I registered. I took my laptop, sitting outside for I don't know, I think for like maybe 4 hours, and I registered every person that came out there. I registered all of them. So I'm like, now they're registered. So now what are you going to do?
Right.
Like, because they said that technically they can't count them as homeless if they're not registered, if they're not in the system as being
Mhm.
homeless. I'm like, so how is that going to happen? Because they have to call. They have to call the hotline and they don't have phones.
That's just some bull crap.
So yeah, for a long time, no one was coming out there to assist them, but they were coming out there to say, "Listen, we're gonna make y'all move," and they
Right.
did. They forced them out, and then they had nothing. And we put them in a hotel. We
Mhm.
paid like again to put all of them in a hotel, and we paid to move all of their stuff, like everything that they had in those tents that we could get. We
Right.
had a caravan of people coming to move all of their items, and whatever we couldn't move, the city came and trashed everything and put it in a dumpster and got rid of their personal information, their clothes, anything that we couldn't
What?
grab. Yes, they tossed it in the trash.
And these are who I want to know if you know who actually orchestrated this.
To put the stuff in the
Yeah.
trash, the city did. I'm reading this comment. Where does the money come from that she uses
To
to feed?
replace it, yeah.
It comes from out of my pocket and a lot of community. I have a big support system.
Mhm.
So a lot of my friends and family, they support me. I don't get anything from the city. I don't get anything from the state. It is all from my friends and family that support me. So I saw it up there, so I had to answer that.
Wow, that's so. Is no other organizations or people that are actually dumping money into keep VA warm?
Oh yes, I have a lot of friends who do that,
Mhm.
especially Michelle. She was on there.
Yeah.
She was my first supporter. She
Mhm.
sent me my first when she first saw that I was going to send me $1,000. She's like, "Boom, go get what you
Wow.
need."
Right.
And then I have other supporters like Lindsay, and she helped me as well.
Mhm.
And like it is so many people. If I start naming, I'm gonna forget people.
Right, of
But
course.
Keisha, she helps me a lot, and Chanel and like Tawanda, like a lot of people help me so much. And my friend
Mhm.
that just posted, she helps me too. Like I get
Mhm.
so much support, and all I have to do is ask.
What I have to do is
All I have to
ask.
do is ask. But what I do is I prefer the objects. You don't have to give me any money. I prefer
Right.
like if I say there's a need, I show
Mhm.
where the need is, and you can go directly to the need. So it's
Okay.
not like, I'm just saying it. No, I'm showing you where it is.
Right.
Come here, meet me here. Like I love to collaborate, and I've had a lot of support with collaborating. And that's one of the major things. Like my friend Dora's husband, like they collaborate with us. They're a military
Mhm.
fraternity. So
Okay.
they've collaborated with us. They come out. So you don't have to give me anything in my hand. Just come out and help.
Mhm.
I don't need the money. I can do it. The money part I can do on my own.
Yeah.
But just
The
come
money's
out
gonna
like,
come.
yeah, the money's
Yeah.
gonna definitely come. But just come out and lend a hand. Like these people don't just need you to give things to them. They need encouragement. They are looking at some of them have been homeless for years. And it's like people like, well, they don't want to do anything for themselves. Well, I've met 75% of the individuals that I've come in contact with are working.
So and they're still
And they're
homeless?
still homeless because they're not making enough money. Like some of them are taking like under the table jobs,
Mhm.
because that's all they don't have education. So what we do is when we go out there, we assess all of those needs and we put them in the right hands of people who can provide those resources. Like if you want to go back to school,
Mhm.
like we had someone to donate a laptop because someone was actually homeless outside in school and they
Wow.
donated a laptop. So I mean, people are out here
That's
doing good
crazy.
work, and it's not just me. It's a
Mhm.
host of people who make up Keep VA Warm that help
Right.
me and support me. But there is a need. But we can only do so much. Like we
Right.
need all hands on deck. We need people out there to help them, to pray with them, to talk to them. Like there
Mhm.
are people just like we are. Just
That's
because they're
right.
homeless, it doesn't mean that they're not just as important as someone else.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
Right.
Now, like, is what criteria do they have to meet, if anything?
Oh wow. For what was told to me, in order for them to be considered homeless, they do have to call the hotline to be registered, and
Mhm.
they have to technically be outside. If you're living with someone, you're also now people. A lot of people don't know that if you're staying with someone or living with someone and your name is not on the lease, you're technically homeless.
Oh
You're
wow.
you're technically homeless. So I mean
So
that's
that's why, like back in the day when like let me tell you something. Like back in the day,
right.
right? When we wanted like to get food stamps and stuff, right? We used to tell people like my mom used to like write a note saying that
Yeah.
you
You prepare
provide
your
your
own
own food.
food, right? You prepare your own food.
Wow. So
Yeah.
you learn something new every day.
Right. Yeah. You have to go through protocol because what I do is I get so many people that call me and ask for money. I get
Mhm.
so many and you gotta look through everything and see, what's true and what's not. And it's sad that you have to do that. But I have the heart to help everyone. If someone says that they need it, then you know what I'm saying, I want to help them. But I require them to call the hotline. If you're truly homeless and you really want to help,
You gotta put in the work.
you have to put in the work and then I'll meet you halfway. You do your half, I'll do my half, and we'll meet halfway. But I have so many supporters, a lot of them that are watching. I see them passing that
Mhm.
are helping. They've either given gloves or hats or food. Like I never have a need longer than an hour. Like
Right.
they're servicing them. So if I have the people that are going to help you, you gotta want to help yourself
Right,
too.
right. It's
So
exactly
yeah,
what I was going to ask you. Like, has there been somebody that just called? Have you felt though as though somebody just called you just to get money?
I did have that through the holiday.
And what? And
The holiday. So, so I had a family that was in the hotel military circle,
mhm,
and she had said that her children needed clothes and toys.
mhm.
So this was something I normally wouldn't necessarily do because that's not what Keep VA Warm does.
Right.
But I said, okay, I feel led to do it because they fam- had a disabled
Right.
family member
Allegedly.
allegedly,
Right.
and they said they needed food. So the first day I went and I took the clothes and the toys, right,
Mhm.
and everything was good. And the next day I brought the food and all the toys and stuff were gone.
What?
Everything was gone, and the room was so small. Like we had everything wrapped in bags. Like
Mhm.
all of my friends that were helping, people that were helping me shop, we had everything in bags. And when I went back, there was nothing there.
Did you? But did you inquire?
I
Like,
did. I asked her. I said, where is the stuff?
right.
She shrugged her shoulders. She was like, I am not even when I tell you, all I could see was the children's faces, and I'm like, where
Wow.
are the toys? And she couldn't say anything, but I replaced every toy and I made them open in front of me. I
Right.
replaced everything that I got them. And that's thanks to Michelle. She met me at
Mhm.
she met me at Farm Fresh. She's like, listen, go get what you need. And we went back and a couple of my other friends dropped off other things because there are a lot of families over there in Military Circle at that particular hotel. So
Mhm.
we kept dropping off things. But I couldn't let that one situation get me, and discourage me, which it did for a little bit because I'm
Right.
like, that's money that could have went to my
I
kids,
don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Katrina, let me tell you something. If I would have went in there and saw that them toys was gone, and then she shrugged her shoulders,
She did.
I would have lost it. I would have saw the kids' faces, but at the end of the day, they're not my kids. They're hers.
Yeah, my friend
So
had to
I
grab
did
my
my
hoodie
part.
though.
So I was like, I probably would have lost it. But see,
Yeah,
that's
I
good
did
that
a little bit.
you're doing what you're led to do. See, and that's
Yes.
not my area. So I know how to work
A
my
lot of
area.
people say that because everybody was like, "Oh my God, Katrina, like, how did you handle it?" Like, I was standing here for like 30 seconds. I'm looking at her like, and my friend grabbed my hoodie and slowly moved me out of the room because I'm like, "Girl, do you
Yeah,
know?
she well,
Like, what in the world?"
maybe she was an addict or something, and
She
she
was.
sold, you know,
She
she
was.
sold it or whatever.
She was. And
So,
that's the sad part about it is because you make it bad for other people.
mm-hmm,
When people are genuinely asking for assistance. And when I'm asking for assistance, I'm saying somebody took these people toys or these individual toys. Like people look at me like, yeah, right. And I'm like, let me tell you, I got footage. Like, you know what I'm
right,
saying? But I don't want to keep showing people footage of these individuals, but it happens.
mm-hmm.
It really does happen. It happens.
So let me ask you this. So now you're keeping VA warm. What does it do to you, like on the inside? Does it
Mhm.
make you feel like, especially after that moment right there? I probably had to sit it out for a little while.
I did. I did.
Oh,
I
you
set
did?
out for like a couple hours and I posted. What I did is I posted on social media because I really honestly felt away.
Okay.
I did because my son is disabled. Everybody
Right.
knows that.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been fighting, 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 fighting. And I'm like, I could have easily been home with my son. And it bothered me for a while. But a friend of mine was like, you know what? You are called to do this.
Right.
This is your
Yeah.
calling. You are so good at it.
Mm-hmm.
And they need you. The city needs you. And these people need you. And it took me a minute. And I'm like, but they stole from me.
Right. Yeah.
Like
Mm-hmm.
nobody likes to be stole, like for somebody to steal anything
No,
from them.
not at all.
And it hurts so bad. Like I'm not even gonna lie, it hurts so bad that I was in such a funk that my friends were like, "Cat, we're gonna come and get you, take you out." My friend Corin came and
Mhm.
picked me up, and she's like, "It's okay, it's okay. I see what you're doing. And I just, that's why I love my friends so much, because like they're what keeps me together. My friends and my support system. And my heart is filled with so much joy because I'm doing something. Like, there's so many people that are talking about it,
Mhm.
that are poking fun, that are making videos and posting it of people who are homeless but not helping.
Right.
And it's so you get scrutinized for it. Like, Katrina, why would you do that? Why do you keep going out there? COVID's out there. Well, I had it twice and I'm still
Right.
here.
So
Yeah.
how does that make you feel when people are I'm not gonna say that they um not supportive, but feel like you shouldn't be doing what you're doing.
It doesn't bother me, because for that one person that feels like I shouldn't be doing this, there's 100 more who are supporting me. So
Mhm.
it doesn't bother me. The first thing that comes to mind is you have to be a very sad individual to not want to see
Right.
other individuals get help. Everyone is always saying, like, a lot of people say, well, they are just lazy, they want a handout. Well, guess what? There's no handouts to give them. They're not receiving handouts.
Mhm.
They have to work for it, because in order for you to stay where you are, you have to do what they ask you to do.
Okay.
So, I mean, they're these people are good people. I love them. They love me. I call it like we're family.
Family,
Doesn't
right.
matter where we go, I consider them my family, because if I am not treating them like family, I'm just out there for a picture. They're
A
gonna
photo
feel
app,
that,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And they're gonna feel that, and that's why I say I really don't like recording when I go out with them, because I want it
Mhm.
to be, I want it to be spontaneous, where they,
Mhm.
really feel appreciated. And so I just go out and I just do it. I don't really say, "Hey, y'all, I'm going out." Sometimes I do it, sometimes I don't. And
Mhm.
I'll just go out because I'll see somebody outside and I'll go. But it's hard to sometimes it's
Yeah.
hard to combat the negativity,
Mhm.
but then, it's so much positive behind it that it outweighs and outshines all the negative stuff.
Right. So now you're out there day in day out. You done had COVID twice. And see, you
Yeah.
didn't even tell me that. Let me put this barrier up right here.
That was a while ago, though. That's a while ago.
Cause see, I have bad nerves now.
No, that was
The older I
a
get,
long
the
time
worse
ago,
my
girl.
nerves get.
Yeah.
But first I want to commend you for actually being out there and doing what you're doing, and then that you're actually loving what you're doing. And I'm sure that when you see the smiles on their faces, or they do something that like you said, they meet you halfway, then
Right.
you see that they are serious. So I commend you for doing that. So when those
Yeah.
times when it gets you feel kind of weird, just think about Gam said, keep going,
Yes.
girl, keep going.
Yes.
And you got to realize too, all jokes aside, like we're we too could be homeless, you
Ugh.
know, and I just don't know me mentally if I could. I probably would be, a little messed up in the head too,
Mhm.
but I'm a firm believer in this. Sometimes people be like, just like you see people in the mediums in the road,
Mhm.
and they have their signs, and if they say they're hungry, okay, you're hungry, okay, I'll get you some food,
Right.
but I'm not gonna give you any cash.
No, you don't do that.
Because I've seen people, and see, and it puts you in a like uncompromising
Mhm.
place, because it's like you want to help, but it's like you got a car over there,
Mhm.
like it's just so much
Right.
scamming stuff going on. You
It
don't know,
is.
but what I do know is this: if I really believe God laid on my heart to do it, I'm gonna do it. Whether they take it and throw it in the street, that's on
Right.
them.
Right. Right.
So I kind of like sometimes don't second guess it. So I be like, you know what? They're probably, yeah.
But see, you will know. You'll know. You'll
Okay.
feel a tugging at your heart. So you'll
Mm-hmm.
know, and you just follow your heart. Like, sometimes, we follow our heart and it leads us in the wrong direction sometimes.
Right.
But I mean, that's life.
Yeah.
With everything,
Yeah.
when you make decisions, sometimes it may not be favorable,
Mm-hmm.
but at the end, like, if you know that you're doing something and this is your purpose, you're gonna work hard at it.
Right.
You're gonna
Right.
get some bumps. You're gonna have some bruises. Like, but I mean, at the end, like, the grand scheme of things, like, these people who are homeless are now in a place where they can find stability, where they'll be
Mm-hmm.
able to be housed, where they'll be able to keep jobs and
Right.
save money. So all of that wasn't in vain. So
That's
now
right.
we're
That's right.
moving our focus. Okay, now we got Norfolk together. So now
Mm-hmm.
we coming over to Portsmouth. Then we go to Newport News. Like, it's not just one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then even with I didn't even tell you about my tiny house project. So
Oh yeah.
yeah, we actually have one. We have one that's been sitting waiting for me.
Mm-hmm.
But we have one, and what is
She gonna
What about
she,
the deal?
she gonna ask you the question.
Okay, yeah.
But go ahead and tell me about
The tiny houses. A couple friends of mine, they invest and they help me. So
Mhm.
we are just waiting to place those. Like I want some in every city. Of course they have to be approved, but I'm gonna take you so you can see it.
Okay, yeah,
Is
because
that Tidewater?
I definitely got
Yeah,
to
we're
see
at
it.
Tidewater Technological Center in Norfolk.
Mhm.
So that's where it is.
So
It's sitting there.
before we go to this question, how big are the tiny houses? Because I watched the show.
Right.
I used to watch the show, and I was like, oh my god, like
Mhm.
I'm too claustrophobic for it.
Um,
How big is it?
They're small, like small huts, but but it's stand up room, like
Mhm.
tall people can go in it, and it's temporary. So the goal is to house the individuals who are, outside. Now,
Right.
please, if you have a home, if you have somewhere to stay, this is not for you.
Okay.
But they're
Okay.
outside and it's temporary. It's like a shelter, but it's theirs.
Okay.
And until they move and find stable housing, that's going to be theirs. They'll have toileting, they have their own closet space.
Mhm.
We'll make sure they have food. We'll put them in the hands of other people who can provide um, IDs, birth certificates, anything that
Okay.
they need. So we want to work with the city to make sure that they're getting the resources that they need.
Right.
It's just temporary. So you're not going to live there for 6 months. My goal is to get you out of there in less than 2 months
Okay.
so that we can move other people in because we don't have enough money to put like 1,000 tiny houses all over the city and all of the state. But we definitely want to put enough out there so that it's a transition.
Like
So that it's
transitional
helping,
housing, right?
so that it's helping the city aid in the homeless crisis because we are in the middle of a homeless crisis. Like it is crazy. We have people living in the woods, under the bridges.
Oh, yes.
Like, yeah, they're out there. They're out there.
But
yeah.
hold on to that for 1 second. Go ahead, Miss Go Get ask the question.
Okay, so Faye Mitchell asked the question.
Mhm.
She said the people that stands in the middle of the street with the signs.
Mhm.
Do you think that they're homeless?
I don't want to assume.
So basically, I guess she's trying to figure out, like, because some of them, they're saying that they're homeless, but they're really not. So I think she's trying to figure out if they're mostly trying to scam people or if they're actually truly homeless.
Okay. I don't go into it thinking that somebody's going to scam me. And if you're going into that with that frame of mind, then you don't want to help.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I see them with a sign and God leads me to help them, I'm going to help them. What they choose to do with that money or with the help that I provide with them, that's something they have to deal with.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm going to help them. Now, some of the people out there that are panhandling, they may be scamming people. They may, but that's not for me to decide or to decipher. And I don't want to take from somebody who actually does need my help because I'm assuming that everyone is trying to scam. Yeah, some of them are.
Right.
Some of them may be, but I'm still going to help. I'm still going to help. And you use your judgment, your better judgment. If you don't feel led to help them, then they maybe God tugging at you saying, hey, don't do it.
Right.
But do what you feel led to do. That's all I can say. Lead with that and don't just make decisions like knee-jerk decisions. Think about it. No, I don't go to every panhandler and say, hey, take this money, take this. No, I don't. I offer them because I ask them first, what do you need? I'll pull up to a panhandler real quick. Like, what do you need? If they say food, I'm going to go get it.
Right.
If they need shelter, then I'm going to tell them how to get it. I'm not going to just provide you with money and then, like, if you need somewhere to stay, let me take you.
Right.
Now, that's how you can decipher if they are really, truly homeless or really need the help when you offer the help to them. If you try that to a panhandler, I bet you will find your scammers.
Oh, yes.
You'll find your scammers if you offer the food, if you offer the shelter, you can find them. They'll weed themselves out.
So before we get back to your question, let's run this commercial right quick. This is the best commercial ever.
Ooh,
Let's go. Yo, listen up, everybody. Have you heard the news? Got a brand new show that's breaking all the rules. Started out from VA and now we on the move. From local to global, cause we got something to prove. We came from the bottom.
None of that, but we're gonna go ahead and put that on the table.
Yeah. Don't mess around and be single after this.
Keeping it hot. With Miss Clink on the mic, ain't no time to stop. All work over here, still we having fun. Yeah, we say it like it is, ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team, yeah, we getting it done. And shout out to Travell, yo, you number one. It started with a dream that turned into
No, we're not eating rat. No.
No, well, I don't know. But let's get back to this cooking. So you
Ticking if it ain't about to change, mind your business.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute.
relationships. And you know, because that's one of the things.
Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wave your hands.
Yep, y'all. That's the best infomercial I've seen in a long time.
That thing is nice.
I mean, you know. But anyway, let's get back to these tiny houses. So you said it's gonna be mostly more so like transitional housing.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
gonna be there for a certain period of time. So that way it get them up and ready and somebody else can come in behind and
Right.
okay.
Right,
So
right.
transition.
So we'll have a number of them. And I was just in the Norfolk State Business Incubator program where we were able to pitch to investors. So
Mhm.
they had never heard of my type of business before. So
Mhm.
I'm praying that someone picks it up and invests so that I can move this forward a lot faster. Like it takes a lot of time and money to put it out and the labor. So yeah, so that was fun to do. And hopefully, by the summertime, they'll be popping up all over the place. So yeah, we have land. We have some land, but I'm trying to get land in all the cities so that
Mhm.
I can put some everywhere.
Hey Zamir. I didn't shout out my nephew. Um, okay, so you're doing the VA, keep VA warm. Is there anything else that you're trying to get into, like far as it just seems like you kind of got your hand in all over the place.
Yeah, a little bit.
So,
a little
how,
bit.
but before you answer that question, how are you balancing all of that? First of all,
Oh man. Again, I'm gonna go back to my support.
Okay.
I have a lot of support. Like, I'm so blessed. Like
Mhm.
I am so blessed. Like I have come across some amazing women and men, and they just love on me so much. And like when they feel like I need a break, they come and get me. Or
Right.
I go or whatever. Or they're like, Cat, meet me here.
Mhm.
And I deflect. And
Okay.
I talk about, what I'm going through. I go to the spa, love the spa. Like that is my zen moment.
Yeah.
And my candles. My friend makes the best candles. I have two friends that makes me candles that keep me laced in candles.
Okay.
And I light them. And I just take a moment to myself. Sometimes you got to do that. I
Yeah,
love to
that's right.
travel. So I do that a lot too. But I love my kids. Like they are my
Mhm.
saving grace. Like I can just look at them and just the energy that they pour in, and they support me so much. So,
I was going to ask you that.
yeah,
Do your kids actually come out and help you?
they do. Except for Ethan,
Okay.
for numerous reasons. But my older two, they are so picky. They're like, Mom, like, are we gonna do this? You gonna do this? I'm like, listen, this is mine. This
Yeah.
is mine. You gonna let me run it the way I want to? And yes, you can come and help. But yeah, they come out. They come out, and they're teenagers and they're high school and they want to help.
Okay.
And they help a lot. With packing the bags and going
Mhm.
out to hand out stuff. They're like my bodyguards.
Okay.
I didn't like. I think I'm shorter than everybody in my circle because they are so tall. They tower me,
Mhm.
and just going out, I feel so safe. I'm like,
Right.
they
Yeah.
got me. But yeah, it's just you gotta find that balance that
That's
works
right.
for you.
That's right.
Like I am on the go a lot, but I'm also breaking when I need to.
Okay. So we got another question.
Okay, so we have a question from Tanisha Graves.
Hey.
She asks, after the 2 months, what are the goals for permanent housing?
Wow, thank you for asking that question. So, what I do, I am not the housing person.
Right.
What we do is we would work with the city to help provide that housing for them. We would pass them right along to the city once they get in, and in hopes that the city will do their part. Now,
Mhm.
if the city doesn't, or if they need more time, then we will reassess that. But my goal is to make sure that we're putting them in the hands of those that can provide those services.
Mhm.
Now, I have friends that have transitional housing programs. I have friends that have other housing situations that have
Right.
helped me with housing people.
Okay.
So, there's a plethora of resources out there. If the city can't help, then we find another way to go around it. There's always a way.
That's
Okay.
right.
Okay, and also she asked about training. When you place
What
them in
type of training?
housing,
It
is training
depends.
given?
It depends on what type of training they have. Again, that goes back to the resources. Like
Okay.
we are connected with so many people. Like TCC provides training for those that want to do welding or customer service and things of that sort.
Okay.
So we will help them do that. We're not going to do it for them. We're going to give them the resources and say, hey, this is your time frame. I need you to do this, 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 and this.
That's
In
right.
order for you to stay here, everybody have rules and guidelines that you have to follow. So in order for you to stay here, this is what I need for you to do. They're gonna have a checklist. They have to go if you have it registered for. If you need mental illness
Mm-hmm.
assistance, we're gonna put you through where you need. If you need it, go
Yeah,
get it.
CSB. Yeah, somebody.
Exactly, CSP.
Yeah. Mhm.
If you need this, if you need to disability, I'm able to do that. I have a SOARS training, and I can apply for a disability for them, SSI for them,
Right.
if need be. You gotta check in with social services, like all the services that are here for you. You need to check in with them too because we can't do it all.
Right. And
But yeah,
you're absolutely correct because it's the same thing. If you're a child, your mom or whoever you're living with has rules,
right.
and if you can't abide by my rules, then you have to
You
go.
gotta go.
So
You
now,
gotta go.
now they're off the. Some of them are off the street and they're in the hotel. So what is that like? Because when I was reading the article you had sent, I knew nothing about it.
Oh wow.
And they were saying something about the beds were kind of like iron beds or something like
They are
that.
iron beds, yes. Iron beds means no bed bugs.
Right. Oh,
No
that's
bed
why they
bugs.
have them.
No bed
Okay.
bugs. I mean, I
Okay.
listen, give me an iron bed versus something that I'm not gonna be scratching later. But
Right.
I had no, like, that part wasn't me. That's all the city.
Okay.
But from what I understand is that they are providing those resources for them. If
Mhm.
they're working with other agencies to get them jobs, to get them benefits if they need it. So there are good things that are happening over there. I think the last thing that I read is like 54 of them are working. Yes,
Wow.
that's what I read. Yes, 54 of them are working. So there are a lot that's going on over there, a lot of great things that are
Mhm.
happening, and we just have to support. I see a lot of criticism of what they're not doing, but if you see that they're not doing something, guess what? You can go and do it.
Right. Yeah.
Whatever you see that needs
That
that needs to be done,
that's correct.
go do it.
That's correct. You got a question, Miss Go Getter?
Yes. Another question.
I love that.
Black Goku. I don't know the name.
Black.
But anyway, they asked, do you see a lot of success stories like after the process?
I definitely do. Just like with the 19-year-old that lost both of their parents. A friend of mine, Keisha, and I, like, we were working really hard. We were crying. We were like, oh my God, how are we going to get this baby situated?
Right.
So we were able to, through a friend of ours, we were able to get him through to Union Mission. And he
Mhm.
started working. And after he started working, he has stable housing and has been stable now for about 6 months.
That's
And a
great.
lot of the individuals, like some of the individuals, a friend of mine who has a housing program, she
Mhm.
went outside to the tents and housed some of them. So there are
Wow.
numerous success stories.
Right.
We're not going out there and leaving them.
Mhm.
When we go and house them, we still ask them what they need. We still ask them, how we can assist. We're not gonna leave them. We're not gonna start something and not finish it. We're
Right.
definitely gonna follow them. So yeah, there's a lot of success stories. Yeah.
Okay, and Faye Mitchell also asked, have you ever had to ask someone to leave the house?
I haven't
They're not
had
doing what they've been asked.
Right.
No, I haven't had that
For
yet
whatever
because
reason.
the houses are not up yet. So we haven't had that. But I have had to ask someone to leave from where I was servicing because they were either drunk or just belligerent. So, but the thing of it is, like, you can't go outside and be afraid. That, like,
Right.
they will eat you alive. When I go out there, I'm assertive. I'm nice, I'm assertive, but I let them know that I don't play. I mean
Mhm.
business when I go out there. I'm coming out here to help y'all. So if I'm coming out here to help, you all have to respect me. I have gotten in between fights between them before, and they've never harmed me. They've
Right.
never touched me. Keisha and I were out there, and like they were going at each other. And I looked at them, I said, this is why people don't want to help y'all.
Right.
Because you are giving them a reason to not want to help you.
Mhm.
If you can't behave, I'm going to leave.
Right.
I grab my stuff and I'm walking away, and they're running to me. No, Miss Katrina, we need your
Right.
help. Okay, so if this ever happens again, you're not gonna need my help. Because I'm not gonna come out here and risk my life for you all,
Mhm.
and you don't think that my life is important enough because y'all want to fight.
Right.
Like there was a knife and all
Well,
this type of
hold
stuff.
on,
It was
I
crazy.
mean, now, these people are human now, so you know they're gonna fight. So if somebody's sitting there, you okay because you're out there, you out
Mhm.
here and you advocating for us, you trying to keep us warm. I get it,
Yeah.
but he's talking stuff to
Yeah.
me. So yes, I'm gonna say something to him.
Mhm.
I might say, you know what, when she leave, I'm handling you now, but I would respect you.
Yeah. If I find out about it, they know they're going. Now, see, they know. Now, if you ask my friends to come out there, they know that I
Right.
don't play. You
Right.
understand me? Like I would tell them off and stand right there, the shortest of the bunch,
Right.
and they do not play about me.
Yeah.
They have come to my defense. Like they don't play about me. These guys out there, they love me, and
Yeah.
the ladies do too. But when I say something, I mean it. And I look them square in their face and they know that I've been helping them.
Right.
So they're not going to jeopardize that by doing anything stupid.
Right. And they're gonna protect you too if
They
somebody
do.
else would try to
do.
have a little issue with
And
you.
they have protected me a number of times when there have been other homeless guys that came out because they get so frustrated and be like, oh, this is another person that says they're gonna help and not. And they'll come and say, no, she's been helping. She's a good one. She's one of the good ones. And then it takes some time for them to warm up to you.
Right. Yeah.
But when
I'm
they
sure.
do and you do gain their trust, it is imperative that you don't break it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have to make sure that what you say to them, you keep
Your word
your
is your bond.
word,
Yeah.
right? Because if you don't, then it's like, okay, I'm gonna go back to what I was doing, the robbing, the stealing, all that good stuff. Like they're trying to live, and some of them result to that type of thing,
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of them choose to do it the right way, and some don't.
And then I could understand some of them point of view too. If when you was talking about they wanted to try to figure out are you one of them or not? Because if I'm homeless and I'm in a situation and you're saying you're going to help, but then you don't, so it's kind of like, oh, I don't trust her either. Until,
Right.
Until you actually prove it, you have to actually prove yourself to them. Okay, so
yeah,
you're out, you're keeping VA warm or
Right.
whatever. What are 3 things that you would want to change, if you could change something
about keep VA warm or in general?
And
I would like to change people's aspects when it comes down to homeless individuals because everyone thinks that they have it figured out. Like these people they're lazy. Like I said before, they're lazy. They don't want to do anything, which is not true. A lot of them just need help. They just need help. And I just want people to change their way of thinking when they're going into trying to help these individuals. If you go in and thinking that something bad is going to happen, Just change your frame of mind. Secondly, I wish I had all the money in the world. Like KVA Warm has so much money, so I can house everybody.
Right.
I want to just go and just do a clean sweep and just house every person. I know that I can't do that.
Right.
I know I can't.
Yeah,
but
as soon as you do that sweep,
as soon as I do it, somebody will come behind me and mess it up. But I wish I had more funding, not even necessarily funding, but more resources to be able to help a lot more.
Right.
It doesn't even have to be monetary, but like they always need food, they always need clothes. Like I just want to be able to go to my storage and someone says I need a size 7 shoe and I can go and get it.
Right.
That's one thing.
So you mentioned you do have a storage.
I do have a storage, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they need something. Thankfully, one of my Facebook friends paid for it.
Wow.
Yeah, she's been paying for a whole year.
See how it works because you're being blessed to somebody else.
Yes. She paid for it. And the funny thing about I have never met this lady a day in my life. And she's like, you need a storage? I'm like, yeah. And and I have stuff in there so I can go and that's where I put all of my items.
Right.
And I can even store items for some of the individuals if they lose their place, then I have enough space to store some of their stuff. So but yeah, I have and it's a clothing closet. They can go and get clothes, they can go and get toiletries. So I have enough to provide a lot of people. Thank God. You said the last thing.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's 2.
That's 2. I don't know.
I'll tell you this.
I don't know.
While you actually thinking, it's just like we have to be grateful for everything because just because we have it today, like I said, don't mean you're gonna have it the next second. So, and you have to be careful how you treat people like that because you never know.
Right.
They may, you may get down, they may be up.
Right.
And because you treated somebody a certain type of way, you gotta realize whatever you put out, you get back.
Right.
Whether it's good or bad.
You're absolutely right.
So have you ever Why you still thinking on that third thing?
Okay.
Do you know yet?
No.
Okay. Have you have
Excuse
when
me.
they're out there and they're homeless? Do they have kids?
Yeah, some of them do. Some of them do have children, and the saddest thing is that when they call the hotline,
Mm-hmm.
right now all the shelters are full. So what do
Wow.
you do? So me being me, I house them as long as I can, but then I try to encourage them to, bunk up with a family member.
Mhm.
I tried the best. Like I'm only one person.
Right.
And then I'll
Right.
reach out to some of my friends and give them, the individual's information. And, we try to help them. But there are a lot of families who are in hotels.
Mhm.
They're doing the best that they can. I don't ask, I don't pry, about what happened or how they got there. But I mean, there are families out there. There are a lot of people. They look like us. They look like
Mhm.
her. Like they're
Right.
him. We're out there. And it's sad because it's cold,
Right.
and there are people who are in cars at night at different stores, Walmart,
Mm.
different places that are sleeping outside in their cars.
Wow.
Yeah.
What's
My
the
friend
question?
helps a lot with that. Antoine Hines, he does a ministry in the morning, and he
Mhm.
goes to a parking lot, and there are a lot of people out there in their cars.
Wow.
Oh wow.
What's your question, Miss Go Get?
Okay, I have a question. Do okay, what do you need now? They want to know, like, is there anything you need now?
Oh, that is a awesome question.
Let's give us an
Yeah,
awesome
I'm gonna give you an awesome
answer.
answer. Monetarily, I prefer not to take in any monetary donations. Um, it's not that I have issues with money. That's not the thing. I just want you all
See where your money's
to
going.
see where it's going. It is the winter time, so we do need hats, gloves, scarves, glove warmers, coats. We are doing a coat drive on the 17th. So we'll be giving
Okay.
out coats, gloves, all the warm necessities. We do need snacks, waters, like non-perishable items,
Mhm.
things with pop tops that they can, easily get into, those type of items. Socks, underwear, toiletries, things that you all use on a day-to-day basis. Those are the things that we need the most. But
That we actually
that we
waste.
actually we
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
Things that we take advantage of, like being able to change our underwear. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
Right.
that, or
Yeah.
changing our bra, or changing your socks, or wearing a new pair of shoes, or being able to sleep with a pillow.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like those small things, or how we love our snacks. Like
Right.
when you
Right.
don't have something,
Matter of fact, I don't
like
even have nothing in my pocket. I
I
ain't
don't
doing
have
good.
any. I normally have a snack, honey. I am a snack queen. Might be in my book bag over there, but yes. But we forget how blessed we are when
That's
we're
right.
able to go to our
That's right.
refrigerator and pull out some water that somebody gave
Or you
us
know what?
or
Or
bought us.
even complain.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Who done drunk all this soda? And
Right.
yeah,
Right.
definitely. You got another question?
Okay, and Ida Chesson wants to know, where will you be on the 17th?
In the 7 cities. We're gonna be all around. Anybody that needs a coat that is outside, Hampton, Newport News, Chesapeake, Norfolk, we are coming. We are delivering. We are going outside on foot at every location that we've seen homeless individuals, and we will be giving out those items. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
So
Well,
yeah.
basically,
you
you're
need to
gonna.
come on to Suffolk now because we got
I'm
some in
coming to
Suffolk too
Suffolk.
now.
Like I've been to Suffolk, and I tell you, like Suffolk scared me, honey.
But
Yes,
uh-uh.
Suffolk scared me
Hold
too.
on. I know you
Listen.
ain't sitting there saying it, and you staying where?
Yeah, I in Portsmouth. Like they call it Portsmouth. No, Suffolk scared me because when I went to the bus stop that's over there, like some bus station over here, nobody told me not to go at night, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going at night and I'm seeing people move around, and I'm like, where are these people coming from? Like what in the world? Like nobody gave me like Katrina. They're everywhere now. When you go out there, just have your eyes open. And I called out. I was in the middle of the street, and I said, "I'm out here with food," like shaking because it was so dark. I like where are the lights in Suffolk?
Right.
So did you go out there by yourself?
No, see, you ain't be coming for Suffolk then. We were doing good at first.
Yeah,
But
I'm
see,
like,
now we
in
got a
this
whole
excuse me,
issue.
in this area there were there were like
Yeah.
there were no lights. So and
Mhm.
yeah, I did go with myself
Okay.
because somebody had called me and said that there were some homeless individuals outside, and they
Okay.
told me where, and I'm like, y'all know I'm from Portsmouth. So I don't know anything about this area. All I know is people were coming out like Michael
Roaches.
Jackson, the little zombie thing, like Thriller. I was like, oh, okay. I got out of Dodge real quick. I'm like, I will
Mhm.
not come out here in the dark. And I didn't have my glasses on because I prefer my lashes. So and I
Oh,
can't see.
You weren't doing good.
So
then.
I was suffering, y'all. It wasn't that I was afraid of the people. It was
Right.
I was afraid that I could not see in the dark. And folks was just coming behind me. But
Okay.
yeah, we're everywhere.
Okay, so another question. Her name is Michaela Pope. I think that's how you pronounce it.
Yes. Mhm.
She wants to know what is the address so she can send an Amazon truck
Oh my
with her
God.
donation.
See how God works.
Jesus.
And
Ah.
Ida also wants to know do you have like specific locations in those cities where you would be?
We do. If y'all want to, y'all can go to my page. I do have a page. It is Keep VA Warm on Facebook, and you all can inquire there. But normally where we go, is like places people don't want to go. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm.
the corners, the dark alley places, like the bus stops in Norfolk,
Under the
downtown, right
bridges.
under the bridges. We go
Right.
everywhere. Places that, like I said, places that people don't want to go. That's where we go. Now, as far as the address, if you want to send something straight to the center, because that's what they call it,
Mhm.
then I can put I don't know how I will give you the address.
Yeah, you
I
can
can
give it to
give you.
me, and
I'll
then
give it. I'll give
and
the address.
But what I'll do is
Yeah.
I'll actually put her in contact with you.
Yeah, that'll work. That'll
That way
work.
I don't want it be no miscommunication.
Yeah,
And end up
Nah, it ain't gonna be that. It ain't
you
gonna
know,
be that.
end up over here.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
I mean, if it is over here, we can come pick it up because
Yeah.
I mean, we can go out there together because we need to do that.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
we need to do that.
Yeah,
Yeah. We gotta do that.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
But okay, so you're out, you're keeping VA warm.
Mhm.
You are balancing all of it. You still haven't came up with that last thing yet.
I haven't. Okay. Okay. Listen, if I could change anything about I'm gonna say about myself. I'm gonna take it for
Mhm.
myself. If I can change anything about me, it will be like listening to discernment a little bit more.
Gotcha.
Like we have it. We know
Mhm.
what to do and what not to do. And I am that girl that's like, I don't care. I'm gonna do it anyway because I am a Cancer. So
Right.
if we see something, we're gonna go for it. We're gonna do it. And I just want to be able to discern and know that this person is who they say they are,
Right.
and that just that, and that's just me internally wanting to help everyone. So, oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. But yeah, just that. But yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, so I wanted to know, do you have any pet peeves?
Oh, snap. Don't lie to me. Like, if you can't do something,
Mm-hmm.
like, don't volunteer to do it.
Right.
I've had where people have said that they are going to provide something. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna let you do it. And we
Mhm.
get out there and say it's something we really needed, like gloves or whatever,
Right.
and we're out there without it. If you can't do it, it's fine. There's a number of people that can, but please, men, women, children, boys, girls, please be a man or a woman of your word. These
Right.
people are hanging on that stuff. That is, oh my God, don't lie to me. And don't stand me up.
Right.
Don't have me at your house and you are in New York. I've had that happen.
Wow, that's
I've had that
crazy.
happen. I'm like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
You told me to come to your house. I'm here.
Yeah.
And
like,
you're not here. Like,
where are you?
like, wow. Or if you ask me to meet up with you and then you change it, and I'm like, people, listen, I'm out here doing God's work. Like, I don't have
Mhm.
time to be coming to your house and you're not home.
Yeah, because
Okay.
you're when you're doing that, you may be stopping somebody else. You could have been
Yes.
providing for somebody else.
Exactly. My
got-
time is valuable, just like yours.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Hey.
You got another question, Miss Go Getter?
Yes.
Right. Tanisha Grace want to
Hey.
know, can her nonprofit cook or provide food?
Tanisha Grace,
the
you
shoot.
know me. So you can do whatever your heart desires, girl. I love you. Keep everyone loves you. Do whatever you want, girl.
Okay, that's cool. Now what do you see yourself in the next 5 years?
Back here telling you how successful I was, thanks to y'all.
See?
That's one. In the next 5 years, I want to have my own, like I'm already working on it, but my
Mhm.
own shelters, like a number of them throughout the city. Not only because you see a lot of shelters that are either men or either women, either
Right.
children with people with. I want to have shelters that is all encompassing. Like I want to have a shelter just for men, a shelter just for women, a shelter for foster children. Like
Mhm.
I just want to have so much because there's need in every area, in every aspect, and there's definitely a deficit. If the shelters are full, then what else are we doing? So
Mhm.
that is what I want in the next 5 years. I want to have at least one in every city that is all encompassing. If it's, I know that everybody can't be under one roof, but I
Right.
know like if I'm in Norfolk, maybe that'll be the family shelter. In Portsmouth, maybe that'll
Correct.
be the individuals, the homeless individuals. But I'm definitely going to own a couple, and I if I say it, I'm going to do it.
So you gonna make that your full time?
That is my eventually.
Yeah. Eventually.
Eventually.
Go ahead with the question. Let's go
Eventually.
get it.
Okay, so Ida wants to know, how can someone become part of your service?
To receive or
To
to
help.
volunteer?
Receive or
volunteer.
volunteer?
We are always looking for volunteers, baby. Like, we would love to have you, Miss Ida. All you have to do is go to Keep VA Warm. If you type in on Facebook, Keep VA Warm, you're gonna pull me up. You're gonna see a lot of articles. But you'll definitely be able to pull me up. You can hit my inbox and we can
Link up.
arrange something, we can link something. But I definitely am all for volunteers. Like I love it. It's just seeing so many people out helping and not just one person. Like I'm only one person, but I love to have help.
Yeah.
I love
Collaboration.
people.
Mm-hmm. Now, okay, so you're out and you're, like I said, you're keeping us warm. Now, what do you now? Is this just for the winter months, or do you help like all year round?
Oh yeah. Cause I did like water in the summer, like it was
Mhm.
sweltering. So I
Right.
was doing water, so I help all year. I did keep VA warm. That kind of came about because it was so cold, and I'm like, okay, well let me just this is what I want. It just
Mhm.
came to me, and then a friend of mine that makes my t-shirts and designs all of my stuff, like he made my logo, and I just stuck with it. I ran with it. So like
Okay.
every time I'm out, I'm wearing his shirt, wearing something to advertise because this is me now.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
like this girl that, was like had self-esteem issues and now
No.
out in
No
front of
way.
people.
No way.
Yes,
It's
I
no way.
did.
It's no way possible
Oh,
you have self-esteem
girl.
issues.
I did. I did. Once upon a time, I did. I was not very
Wow.
confident, not as
Mhm.
confident as I am now. And I never thought that I would be in front of people talking about myself.
Right. Yeah.
I'm okay talking about you and how it can help you, but not about me.
Right. Yeah,
You know?
it's a thing of, just like you say, you have to give people their flower while they're here.
Right.
And if you're out and you're providing something for somebody that it's something can be something so small to
Mhm.
us, but to them it's a big deal.
Right. Right.
And then you're doing it from the heart, it even makes it better.
Right.
You know, okay, so you're now I gotta ask you these hard questions.
Ah!
Do you have a personal life?
Nope. I
No?
knew it was coming. I am very much single by choice. Like I
Okay.
get that so
Okay.
much. Like, aren't you lonely?
Hold on, now,
No.
now you get that from the people that you're helping?
I get that from everybody.
Okay.
Like, but listen, the homeless guys, they be coming at me now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Every time I'm out there,
Yeah.
like, oh, you so beautiful, rub up on me and everything. I'm like, listen, you can't afford me, honey. When you're stable, maybe,
Yeah.
give me a ring. But right now, you can't afford me, baby. But no, I am not dating. I don't have a significant other. I've been single for a while now.
Okay.
And I'm content. Now, would I like to have a personal life?
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Like,
Right.
not right now.
Not
I don't
right
want
now.
it. Like I'm not the marrying girl. Like,
Okay.
I've never been the marrying girl. I'll chill with you.
Yeah.
But I don't.
Other than that, yeah.
Other than that, that's as
Okay.
far as it's gonna go.
So now, I have enjoyed talking to you. Is there another question, Ms. Go Getter? Well, I have enjoyed talking to you, and I could talk to you all day long. And
Yes,
you're
good.
making me actually want to inquire about helping. I'm just not
You
as
did already.
Yeah, I did. I
You
did.
did,
I
you
did.
did.
I did. But just getting, because I like to talk to people and find out why or what's going on, like to get in their head.
Right.
Um,
We
so
need that.
I'll probably be, asking more questions like I'm a reporter or
Do
something.
it,
But
because I
um,
do that a lot. They ask me a lot, so we need that.
yeah,
We need that.
because you learn a lot about a person,
Right.
their situation, and why they and I feel like when you do that, you can maybe you can understand a
Right.
little better versus, trying to judge them straight off the bat.
Right. And
Um,
they're open to that. They will be open to that. And I said I wanted to do a project where we do a story or a movie about this homeless epidemic because like I feel like it will bring more attention to it,
mhm.
and I don't want it just to be something fluff, but I want the world to see what these people are going through, what seeing it through their eyes is different. Me saying something and me telling you, but you actually seeing it for yourself, seeing how they live,
Out
seeing
there,
how they
yeah.
bathe, seeing what they do to get personal hygiene items. Like people are running, like I really do, and I think that's where you're gonna come in at.
Okay. Well, alrighty then. But before we in this conversation, we always ask. Well, no, I'm not even actually anymore. I said 2022. We're not gonna ask that. Your experience on Way to Game in the podcast, like how has it
Oh,
been? Like, and
man.
you don't have to lie.
I ain't
Like,
gonna lie.
I'm not gonna beat you up or anything like that.
I hope not. We the same height. That'll be funny.
So just be honest.
Just be honest. Let me
Yeah.
tell you. Like I told you, I was stalking you already. Like not in a bad way, y'all, but yeah, I knew who you were, and when I saw you, I was so starstruck. I told you that.
Yeah, you did.
That I was
You
so.
did.
I was like, oh my god, I follow you. You was like, okay. And I'm like, I felt so like for real. Seriously, I was so starstruck. But you all have to feel the energy that's radiating. Like you have to be here to feel this energy here. This vibe is
Right.
nothing that I've experienced like on any type of podcast. I don't think I've been on any podcast, but anyway, but that's not important. That's not important. But I'm telling you, like this vibe is amazing. Like you are awesome. Like I felt welcome when I came into the building and I wasn't lost, but was lost. Standing outside the door, leading up to it, you all were in the inbox, very
Right.
inviting. This is not an experience that I'm gonna forget.
Yeah, definitely.
This is such a huge thing for me. Like y'all are 757.
Yeah.
Y'all
All
are
right
the
now.
podcast of 757.
All right.
I mean, I'm saying, I'm just telling you, like we see y'all,
Yeah.
y'all are everywhere.
Yeah.
Everywhere. So this right here, like not just saying it because it's y'all, but when I tell you, like, I'm so comfortable. I was nervous.
You were?
I was nervous when I came in. I'm like, girl, they're gonna ask me something. I ain't gonna be able to answer. I'm gonna be fumbling with my questions. But it is so the flow is natural.
Yeah, it is.
Like I love it here. Like, yeah, invite me again.
Definitely. We definitely invite people back for update stories. And
Yeah.
that, the key word there that you said was experience. And that's what we always want people to have, an experience that you won't forget.
Right.
So when you out and you go to your next podcast, you learn a little bit from here, a little bit from there, but just
Right.
know that it was only one Way to Game Minute podcast.
That's it. That's it
And
right
we the
there.
hottest podcast in the 757.
Okay, say it again. What you say? Say it
We
again.
the hottest podcast
Listen.
in the 757. And that's Wait a Gam Minute.
Wait a gam minute, okay?
Wait a
Wait a
gam
gam.
minute.
Don't get it mixed up with
Mm-hmm.
it's with a gam. With a
that's
G.
Right. That's
Not a D.
right.
It's a G.
Of course.
Eh.
So, Miss Go Getter, what did you take away from tonight's episode?
I took away. I'm not doing nothing.
It
You know what I'm
does.
saying?
It does.
And
make
it made
you
me
think
like,
that,
I'm
though.
not doing a thing. I have to get out there and really help too. And and also like she was saying, it also would change your perspective too when you get out there and you really see them and talk to them. And normally when you see someone homeless or they walk past, and which I see every day, you do feel a little nervous or scared, I would say. But they're not really paying you no mind for real. But due to the fact you don't know why they walking the street or why they're standing there, it makes you nervous and you instantly get scared. But the whole time they just, they just trying to hang out. They really waiting for you to go so they can lay down too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah,
Absolutely.
I really feel like I'm not doing anything. So I'm gonna have to talk to you after this too.
I would love that.
Yeah, I
So you might be picking up a whole lot of people today.
I mean,
Yeah.
come on now.
And that's you know what though? I think about it, like even when we had hundreds of names people drop, and some of them were duplicates. But when I was looking, first thing I asked was, what were you doing in the community? I don't care that you own 5 homes, you're a realtor, all that. What are you doing in the community? Because I felt like if people in the community are saying that you are an influential person to them, why? Not because you're making money. Why? Like, what are you doing for the community? So a lot of people that I asked, they couldn't come back with that. So that's why I asked you, like, and you start rolling it out. I was like, well, God dang, I can't even keep up. But it really made me think too, like Miss Go Getter said, I'm not doing nothing. And a lot of times people think because you put your money there that's it. Yeah, that is, but that's cool
a help.
too. But sometimes, like you said, just being there.
Right.
So I commend you. I have a lot of respect for you, and I pray that it gets bigger and bigger. That whatever your vision is, that God he makes it happen, and He's gonna do just that, because as long as you keep doing the way that you're doing it and the manner that you're doing it, He's gonna bless you. So I just hope that whatever it is you ask for and in need of, that He continues to make it happen.
That is awesome. I pray the
So-
same for you all too. Thank you.
Thank you. So we're gonna end it with our theme song. We're gonna get on out of here. And if you don't know it, you can bop.
I'm about.
Let's go. Yo, listen up, everybody. Have you heard the news? Got a brand new show that's breaking
All the rules.
Started out from BA and now we on the
Move
move.
from local to global. We got something to prove.
Came from the bottom,
Now we at the tippy top.
to hold it down for our people.
Cause we all we got.
This is cold, cold world.
And we keeping it hot.
Mic on the mic, ain't no time to stop.
All work over
Here, cause we having fun.
We say it like it is.
Ain't no holding our tongue. Go get us on the team. Yeah, we getting it
Cause we having
done.
fun.
With a dream that turned into a vision. Now educated new generations.
It's our mission.
Ears to the streets.
That we said be politicking.
You ain't about to change, mind your business.
She about to change, y'all.
Yeah.
Wave again, minute. Wavy hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wavy hands with it. We top pics like we all up on the gram with it. Now wait again, minute. Wavy hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wavy hands with it. Now wait again, minute. Wavy hands with it. We top pics like we all up on the gram with it.
Good night.
With that, good night.
Good night, everyone.